Good morning to everybody. Good morning to you. Happy Figure It Out Friday. Happy Figure It Out Friday to you all. Just say happy Friday in the chat. Say happy because Jackie told me earlier that this Friday is her favorite Friday. And if you also realize she looks a little bit younger today, was her birthday. So happy birthday to Jackie again. Happy birthday to you. I always try to see everybody's birthday. I miss it sometimes. I apologize in the good old Facebook world, but happy birthday to you all. So, guys, this is a figured out Friday, but before I get into the figured out Friday, um, I did get one of these phones. I'm not gonna lie to you. This right here, it might look like a fruit, but it is. So I ended up getting one of these phones and I'm trying to figure it out. I am trying to figure out one of these phones here that I have. Chad, I know Chad's got an Apple phone. And so I don't want if Drew was on here, every time I see Drew now, I still have the business phone, like the top-notch hierarchy phone. I still have this phone, but I have this phone. And so it's like a double-edged sword, Michelle. It's a double-edged sword because Bryce drives me crazy because he always wants to be on my phone. I don't have a tablet, so he knows how to use Apple. And Jarek, my social media manager, gets on my case all the time because I'm not doing enough videos. How many of you put a 5 in the chat? Put a 5 in the chat or not doing enough videos. Put a 5 in the chat that you're not doing enough videos about either marketing yourself, promoting your business, doing something in some capacity about not doing enough videos. So Jarek, you'll see him. He's on here right now because now he's been keeping a tab on me. And so Michelle, he's like, you need to do videos. You need to do videos. I'm like, well, I'm just by myself all the time, which I do have to say, James came down with us to Atlanta. I love James. If you guys are ever looking for a videographer to follow you around and get some content, he's phenomenal. And so he does home videos, personal videos, name it. And so, but anyways, so he's like, Jarek's like, you need more videos. So I had an excuse, but it's just me. It's just me. I just my phone. I don't have it. So I went to the video, went to Verizon. I said, listen, what's the cheapest phone that I can get for free that just does videos? And I actually had a really good contract, I guess. And so they gave me the i16, not the 17, the 16. So, anyways, Michelle, I just want to tell you about my phone, and now I'm figuring it out a little bit of Apple, but I don't have to do too much except video and Google Docs or Google Messages. So, anyways, good morning to everybody. Happy Figure It Out Friday. Good morning to y'all. How many been having a week? Put a 10 in the chat if you just been having one of those weeks because it's been a week. It has been a week. Maybe there's some other people who've had it, so we can be all together in the same room. But yeah, it's been a challenging week. Good morning to Michelle. I haven't done a Figure It Out Friday Authors Edition in quite some time. I started thinking back the last couple of months. It was literally, I don't know where I was last month. I was in Disney. And then the month before, we were in Key West. So it's been some time since I've been here with Figured Out Friday Authors Edition. And good morning to Michelle. Michelle, is our guest here?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure it out. It's a great Figure It Out Friday, top of the morning to you all. I see we have a Zoom user. Les, is that you? If it is, please turn your video on so we can
Please
see you.
stand up. Please stand up.
And if not, we still have quite a thing
We
to
can make
do.
something. We can make something work, Michelle, if need be. That's for sure. I'm not short of talking, and I got enough problems that we could be here all day to try to figure out. So there's
Well,
no shortage on that.
no, let me say some things here. As you know, Figure It Out Friday is the purpose of it is to encourage each one of us to write down our story, to write down our book. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to just get the juices going. Last year, in I think it was February, Frank challenged each and every one of us to write our story down. And I have at least one person in the group already starting their book and that type of thing. And I just wanted to give a shout out to anybody else. Is there anyone else that is either struggling to write down their book or needs some help? Because we have some great people here that would help us do that. Starting with Rebecca, Chad, Brock, several people have already written books.
Michelle, when you write your story, okay, a couple of tactical things for those that are leaning in.
Okay.
Let me ask you this question, Michelle. Do you think the reason why people, and you guys chime in, put a five or do put some numbers in the chat. I don't care what number it is right now, but how many of you having imposter syndrome that you tell yourself, I don't have a story, that my life really is not that exciting, that I don't have a story? How many think like that? Like, I mean, it's just my life. I mean, I don't know. I just don't have a story because I think, Michelle, the first thing is a limiting belief that a lot of
Yeah.
people have. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And I see Amanda said she didn't have time. Let me tell you, that is also an imposter syndrome type
Syndrome.
thing. Yeah. Because when I wrote my book, first of all, I had no intention of writing a book. But I was the head of contracts for a major defense contractor, and we were putting together $1 billion 5-year support program for our platform that we were delivering to the Army. I was leading a group of 30 people who had never written a government proposal before, getting 4 hours sleep a night. And I needed an encouraging word. One of the things that I believe and the reason I say top of the morning to you is I believe everyone needs to start every day with an encouraging word because it helps to set our day. It helps to set our rhythm and flow. And the still small voice inside of me said, when I was looking for a new devotional, it said, write one. And I went, write one? How am I going to write one? Well, for me, I had studied previously on the heart
Oh,
of God, David, what made David special. He's a screw up, just like me, just like each one of us. And I started getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, kind of like Brock. I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock anymore these days. But, but I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning in my own devotional time. And each morning for the month of February, it was National Heart Month. I wrote something about the heart. And I pulled things from journals I had written 10 years before. And every morning, God gave me something new. I did this every day for 45 days. It was in my rhythm and flow of what I was already doing. And then I put it down for a year. The next February, I started and picked it up again, and God gave me more. And I did this over a period of 5 years every morning. And before I knew it, I had enough material for 6 months of devotional. And my dad, who was alive at the time, encouraged me to put it into a book. And the nice thing about a Facebook, and these were all Facebook posts, is you can pull all of those Facebooks that you posted and then extrapolate it backwards and put it into a Word document. Since then, I've learned, well, I'll write the Word document first and I won't have to go through all that and then just cut and paste and put it into a Facebook encouragement. So, long story short, you got it. Even in the rhythm and flow of what you're doing today, it takes 5 minutes many times just to write down your notes and you can do it.
so I'm gonna give a couple people, well, not a couple people, give all of you some strategies right now when it comes, because AI has made it a lot easier to do this, but at the same token, I want to be able to share with you the simplicity because D was there. D was there, Christian, Paul was there the other day when we were down in Atlanta. And this young kid, okay, he wrote a book about wholesaling. Okay. I got his book, as you can see. It's not like this huge book because first our images, our thought processes. Oh my God, it's got to be a huge book. Okay. I'm also going to share with you that his book, literally, you open it up and it goes right to the chapters. It's probably the most simplest book I've ever seen in my entire life, in all honesty, and nothing against the guy, but I was just like, damn, man, he doesn't have acknowledgments. He doesn't have testimonials. He doesn't have anything like there's no notes. There's just like, it was self published. Okay. It was a self published book that you can go into artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, and ask how the steps to create a self published book. Okay. There's one of your hints. Go into ChatGPT and ask how to write a self published book. Now, Deed, if you don't mind coming off of mute here, okay, because this guy right here had a story. He had a story to put in here. If you don't mind, could you just share with us really quickly when he went up to the stage and he spoke, how many people wanted his book?
We all wanted it. I got it.
People were going everywhere to get the book. It's the most simplest book in the world. He's like, I got 20 copies.
Yeah.
We just heard him on stage. Now, was he the greatest speaker, D?
No. Mm-mm.
No. He just had a story to tell about his life of what he went through. He probably had no idea that this many people would want his book. There's 150 people in the room. The point that Michele is bringing to you all is the limiting belief that we want to remove any type of excuses that go inside of your head in some capacity, in some way, because just like it was with my beautiful Apple phone, I had excuse for Jarek after excuse. I don't have money to have a videographer follow me all day. I don't have time to do cameras because I got to switch it over and then I'd have to try to do a Zoom and then I just don't have time, Jarek. Jarek, I don't have somebody to come over here. It's really hard. I don't have a tripod. I had excuse after excuse. Do you know how much it cost me so far? $30 for a tripod, $15 to have my phone mailed to me. And now I have videos. So those excuses are removed. So I challenge you all, as Michele shares with you, that you can go into ChatGPT today and you could say, ChatGPT, please create for me a 30-day journal. And I like to start journaling today. It's going to be about my life. It's going to be about what's going on in my head. It could be about whatever your heart desires. And you're going to get your microphone because you all have a microphone because you all got the mute button that's on here. And you all could talk to your ChatGPT and you can start having daily journal entries. And when you're done with your daily journal entry each and every day, at the end of 30 days, you can ask ChatGPT, could you please create this in a book format about my life and what I'm doing and what I have going on? And now all of a sudden you have a 30-day self journal about yourself and what you have, regardless if you want to publish it or not. This is a good way to learn about yourself. And Michele, no joke, my motivational devotion today was that we are willing to forgive others before ourselves. We're willing to give other people compliments before we'll give ourselves a compliment because we like to go find every flaw, every problem, every issue, everything you possibly can imagine under the sun against ourselves, and we don't forgive ourselves. And what is God's message? Where does it start? That if you have difficulty with yourself, you're going to have it starts in here.
Absolutely. And let me interrupt you because I see Les Tuttle has joined us. So Les, if you'll come off mute, and I don't know if you can go on video or not, but we do want to talk to you about your book a little bit and a little bit about you. And let me tell you a little bit about Les as he's coming off mute. I met Les at a chamber function and also a business person's breakfast. And one of the things that people in our group say, if we don't, if we're looking for something, we might not be able to do it ourselves, but we know a guy, we know a girl. And so one of the things that I loved about his book, Win the Mortgage Game, Les is has almost 40 years in the mortgage business. So he has a lot of wisdom. And his book was written about 2 years ago in 2023, it was released. And it is just very, very simple. And it gives people an opportunity who are maybe first time home buyers what the process is in order to be qualified for a home in the first place. And we have many realtors on here, maybe people who are looking for their first home, that type of thing. And Brock, would you believe, or would you say it's a lot easier to get a person in a house if they've already done their paperwork and maybe already been pre-approved for a home loan?
100%. Their confidence or knowing what they can purchase, having that knowledge is definitely something that resonates with people and gives them that confidence going into the home. That
Uh,
answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, uh, just like Brock's book and scripts on how to present to people and how to get people interested in buying and that type of thing, uh, Les goes through an example in the beginning of his book. He was in grade school, and his teachers said, "We're going to go play soccer," but they never gave him any instruction. And so it ended up being a free for all with people getting kicked and kids crying this way and that. And he likened it to the mortgage game. If you don't know the rules, if you don't know the game plan, you may not be able to qualify for the house. You know, we have people on here like Rosario that help people in their financial situation to raise their credit score up, which is so important today. And it this is a very simple little book. It's like 50 pages. It's like 53 pages, and the the other thing about it is not only is the preparation and getting in the underwriter game and understanding everything behind the scenes, we also look at the three things about the actual process and the game plan and going through like step one um, is basically making sure the realtor and the lender know what's going on, and then going through the estimate and everything else. So, uh, Les, you're still on mute.
He's saying he's getting all his profanity words out still, Michelle. He's saying all his curse words first.
That's okay. But but anyway, and I don't.
How
Let me.
many of you, in reference to, you said his book was on the first time home buyers, Michelle? Did I lose
I'm
you
sorry.
now?
What?
I'm losing everybody. It's just a
Okay.
figured out Friday all
Yeah.
around. All we're just gonna make this thing work over here.
Yeah.
I know, John. I'm like, we're just gonna figure out these next 14 minutes and make it work.
I'm
The book is about first time home buyers?
mostly first time home buyers or people that are going in to refinance, what they need to do. It goes through proving uh, it that and your credit, your income, your liquid assets, how you go through all of that, and basically the encouragement that basic it's a lot easier if you have everything in place and you know the game plan before you go in, and then it becomes a rhythm and a flow. You know, uh, they're people who want to help buyers get into a home. And it's okay to go to people like Rosario. It's okay to go to people like Les who have been in the mortgage business and have helped people go through the process. And and even before you want to go see your first house, if you have everything in the plan, you know what price range of a house to go to, you know what you're already pre-qualified for. And he also gives a lot of recommendations, like if you're going in and buying your first house, you know, a lot of people are just about ready to close, that may be in the final stages, just before they run through everything and they go through and buy $20,000 worth of furniture, or they'll go and open up a new credit account for $80, and a hard credit scores run, and then that $80 credit rating or credit pull that might have been done might jeopardize us from qualifying for our first home. So it's a kind of a buyer beware, know all the rules, know what can hold you back, and that will help people, the buyers. It'll help people like Brock, who wants those 20 sales before the end of the year. You know, you don't want to wait till the last minute. Everything is looking good, and oh, they couldn't qualify. You know.
So what I like about the book, how many of you have gone through a process of some sort for the first time in some capacity, in some way? Let's expand this right here. Let's grow into this conversation here. With the book, Les took it on first time home buyers. How many of you have done something when you're first time talking to a millionaire? Ty, the book was free, just to let you know. He was giving them out during that time period. If you like, we can connect you. DM me either on Instagram or Facebook, and I can connect you with with Justin. But first time wholesaling, first time novations, first time John. John had a first time where he met a multimillionaire and he sat down at a table and asked a lot of questions and probably was nervous that first time that he was doing that type of not John Hart. I know John Hart came in with confidence knowing that guy, but you all have a first time of something. I remember the first time, Michelle, that I
Mhm.
took little baby Brielle and we were coming out of the hospital. I was scared out of my mind because I'm like, are the doctors or nurses coming with us because I never had a baby before? How do I put her in the car seat? What does that look like? They had a police officer there to help us because it was our first time doing that. These are all stories, all that you can share, that you can help somebody else out. So when Les does the book First Time of Home Buyers, you all have a first time of something that you've gone through, that maybe you start your journey of your book writing there. Jackie does foster children. I remember the first time she brought home a child with foster care, she was probably scared out of her mind. She was probably nervous. I bet Chad, when he did his first deal, Rosario, Kat, Sherry did her first coaching yesterday, her first paid coaching program. Sherry and I are working together. She's one of our elite coaching clients. She did her first coaching thing yesterday. She had 7 people selling her product at $400 a pop. I don't know about you all, but that's a pretty good return doing something that you love to do. Sherry, that's a story in itself, your first time. Congratulations to you on that.
Hey,
Guys, there's a
Brock,
lot of things that you have that you can talk about. Sorry.
absolutely. And I have a thought right now. I,
Oh,
I
boy.
think out of the
Buckle
box.
up, everybody. Buckle
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Michelle's
get
got
ready
a thought
because
we're
I'm
going
going
to
to
see.
make assignments for each and every one of you that are on this right now.
The
We have a
teacher has
book.
entered the room. The
We
teacher has entered the room.
we have a book, um, a collection of short stories of each one's passion, of each one's little story. I would like by the end of, let's say, the end of October to have a draft of a chapter from each one of you, and we can make it a collection of motivational mindset short stories, the book. Um, and we can have
Look at
it.
you, Michelle. That's a pretty good
Look
idea.
at it. I mean, there are people that have made thousands, maybe millions of dollars collecting other people's short stories.
Isn't
So
there a
this,
book already called Chicken Soup of the Soul? Isn't there
yes,
something
yeah,
like
but
that has that? That'd be pretty cool. We can be tomato soup of the morning.
tomato soup. I don't know about tomato soup, but we'll have to come up with a good thing. So, I'm gonna put a challenge out there to collect short stories, and we will have it by the end of October. It doesn't have to be complete, but at least an outline of what it is, and then we'll go from there. Uh, I don't have time to do this. Okay, people said they don't have time to write that. I don't have time to collect it, but we're going to get it done. We're
I think I mean, we all have something in our life. We all have a first time. We all have a new situation. We all have something new. Maybe there's something new that you've been wanting to do, right? Maybe there's something new that's out there that you want to learn and somebody else is doing that you can explore. How great would it be that you're able to help somebody else on your first time? Thank you, John Hart. John Hart put Les's information in there, and I know Jay and Enrica will also put Les's information out there. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get him pulled up. We did try to request to unmute him, but he's really in the profanity today, I guess. But we still figured it out. Michelle, are you writing a book? Is there anything that you are doing? Let me put you on the spot.
oh,
Is there anything that you are doing in your story or writing a book that you could share with us here these last 2 minutes?
yeah, you put me on the spot there. And unfortunately, I am not writing a book right now. I am busy writing policies and procedures for this nonprofit that I'm working on right now. And it's just, you,
What would be your next book, Michelle? What would be your next book then?
the next book that I had thought about doing and is I guess on the shelf to write is um, just part of my story in as a woman uh, coming up in a world that today people don't talk about it. But for example, I competed against guys my entire life, and everything that I grew up in a town of guys, and I felt like I could do anything I wanted to do, and so I went to a university. The first university was women were 100 women and 3,300 guys. I worked in an industry that was basically male dominated. So it's basically an encouragement for people, but women, minorities that we don't really talk about these days. It's still a challenge, and it's okay. We just need to work through it.
I love it. I love it. Working through it. That I can come up with some titles right now. Um, yeah, I'm finishing my book. There's two books I'm working on. The 21 ways to build your real estate business in 30 days. And then my other book is My Mess to Success. And it goes through my challenges of when I went through my addiction, my divorce, and all my battles in life to be able to continue to overcome um life. And I I celebrate this. I'm not going to go into all of it, but being financially challenged all is a situation that many of us go through. And you can help other people out there by sharing your story and how you grew through it. Um, Sherry, I love what Sherry just did there. She's going to share her first coaching. She's going to share her first coaching on what she has with her financing that she's going to
That's
share her
cool.
notes of her first class in her video, and she put her phone number there. Maybe there's somebody on here today that has their first time that they did something that they want to share right now. They can put it in the chat. I don't care. Maybe you got an ebook. Chad, get your book out there. Put it in the chat. Okay. If you want the bestseller, write about Leo. Yeah. I went from an anti-dog to dog. I know it's crazy, all. I went from anti-dog to now he freaking naps. We go to the store together. He's like my best friend. But if you have something, put it in here. There could be something in here that we all have, and that's why I also going to challenge you all. And then Michelle, I'll let you close this out. I want to challenge you all to put it in the Brock Z Vance Mindset Motivational Group. Put it in our Facebook group. Put your Sherry, take copy paste that exact link and put it in the Facebook group. That's what that group's there for, not just to be like. Sometimes I just like, oh, I have to post something. Like I want other people to post their information. Maybe you want to talk to John Hart. You know, go in there and say, John Hart, send me your information. Like request somebody. They're not going to get upset. Use it as a way to engage with other people because that's where the moments are. Because we said the other day, live events change lives. Well, sometimes we can't be in a live event all the time, but we have a little family and we have an opportunity to exchange and share. So, Michelle, close us out. It's 8:46. We made it through the Figured Out Friday and we figured it out all the way through.
Well, thank you, everybody. I am so excited to this group and see what we're going to get pulled together and put our book together. And I look forward to Monday with Chad Free, Monday with Maxwell, or Monday Motivation. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be, but it's going to be outstanding. And I'll see you then.
All right, guys, have a phenomenal weekend. Be safe, be healthy, be a little crazy. Get a little crazy today. I mean, just get a little wild. You never know what's going to happen. Follow John Hart. I wonder what John Hart does wild. I wonder what he does. That's something crazy. I love John. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Monday with Chad Free. Till then, see ya.